Allora siamo andati a togliere un'amalgama da un dentista, che, sia chiaro, non rappresenta tutti.
Diciamo, questa qui sarebbe da rifare.
Non si usa la mascherina, come vedete, l'otturazione viene fresata, cioè distrutta dal trapano, e così vaporizza il mercurio.
Their dental drill runs at about 400,000 RPM, and it sends a shower of micron size and subparticles everywhere.
Perché una rimozione senza protezione vuol dire respirare dosi elevate di mercurio e potrebbe aggravare una malattia già esistente.
Dopo quella puntata, molte persone andarono a togliersi gli amalgami per sostituirli con altri materiali come le resine. Il problema però erano le precauzioni da prendere.
Hanno rimosso 3 amalgami senza alcuna precauzione, nonostante le mie precise richieste in tal senso. Quindi la ragazza stava malissimo. Il giorno dopo, quando l'ho interpellato, ho saputo che non erano state usate queste precauzioni. Qualche giorno dopo ha avuto un collasso, è stata trasferita in rianimazione, è stata salvata per il rotto della cuffia e poi ha dovuto fare 28 trasfusioni di sangue nel giro di 2 mesi.
Senza mascherina protettiva, senza diga, la ragazza potrebbe avere inalato quantità di vapori di mercurio insopportabili. E sulla base di quell'indizio, l'Università di Cagliari inizia a studiare il caso. Alla ragazza vengono tolte tutte le otturazioni di mercurio, ma stavolta vengono adottate alcune precauzioni. Quindi si usa ossigeno per limitare l'inalazione di vapori di mercurio, un filtro che protegge dall'ingestione e il carbone che va fatto bere per limitare l'assorbimento di residui metallici che vengono eventualmente deglutiti durante la rimozione. Cioè in pratica mentre lei toccherà questa amalgama per toglierla, tutti i vapori di mercurio verranno aspirati o comunque gran parte verranno aspirati. Ecco, le volevo chiedere se negli ultimi tempi, nell'ultimo anno, lei ha visto che sono arrivate delle informative riguardo il protocollo per la rimozione ideale dell'amalgama, ad esempio verso gli allergici o eventualmente persone malate.
No, che io sappia no. Io sono iscritta, quindi normalmente i corsi che organizzano vengono diciamo, pubblicizzati e veniamo informati, gli iscritti vengono informati per posta.
Lei ad esempio, non potendo fare corsi e non avendolo studiato all'università, presumo, non sa come rimuovere l'amalgama con protezione.
No, non lo so.
These instructions can be found on the webpage of the International Academy of Oral Medicine and Toxicology. I would recommend that you review them and have your dentist do the same.
This is a custom-designed industrial high-flow vacuum run on a 5-horsepower motor that draws so much air down past your face that the contaminated air can never reach your nose. There's a lot of mercury vapor released from the filling when it's drilled, and this is the most toxic part of the mercury removal. Let's demonstrate the effectiveness of the vacuum by creating dust that we can see. Here I have some plaster, and I'll drill it with a dental drill to create dust that we can see sucked into the vacuum as if it were mercury vapor.
Before commencement of the drilling, the patient holds a supplemental vacuum close to their chin.
Use of a dam is important, and we are used to the term rubber dam, but actually non-latex dams are much better because they do not let mercury vapor go through. This has been shown time and again. Nitrile gloves, nitrile or non-latex dams are much better.
Here we are placing our nitrile gloves. Nitrile is a safe material to use. It's not like latex. Mercury can soak through latex. We've tested nitrile, and mercury can't soak through nitrile, so it's safe.
Cleanup. Well, you see a very clear illustration here, and you can still see clearly the tooth and the amalgam as you're working, and it creates a little box around to keep the mercury vapor and the mercury particles, the amalgam particles, in the suction area here. So the idea is you take a scoop of charcoal, mix it with then maybe just an ounce of water, have the patient rinse his mouth with it. We'll make a protective coating on all the mucosas, the tongue, the palate, the gums. Here, activated charcoal, yes, absorbs 10,000 times its own weight in toxins. And the nice thing about it is once you remove the amalgam, you then rinse the mouth out for about 45 seconds, because that's how long it takes to get rid of all the mercury vapor once you've drilled in a filling. And you rinse out all the black stuff. And as long as there's black charcoal left in there, there's potentially some mercury left in there. And so it's a very good indicator of where you rinsed, where you haven't rinsed, and where you need to rinse.
The dentist, using a full water spray from his handpiece and a supplemental spray from the dental assistant with her water syringe, carefully cuts the old filling in half and removes the two pieces. This minimizes the drilling necessary, and the water cools the filling to reduce the mercury vapor.
Protecting the patient again, cut the amalgam in large chunks rather than grinding or milling the amalgam with a diamond, for example. So use a rounded end burr.
To minimize the amount of cutting time, special drill bits should be used, which shatter rather than grind the amalgam.
A dental dam is used to isolate the tooth being worked on to ensure the mercury vapor and mercury amalgam pieces are kept out of your mouth. Pure oxygen is supplied via nasal cannula, so you breathe pure oxygen instead of mercury vapors.
Let's take a look at the safe mercury removal protocol we use here at Dr. Joel Singer's office in Fort Lee, New Jersey. The patient is covered to prevent any particles from landing in her hair, her face, or her clothes. As you can see, there's a rubber dam that is used to isolate the tooth that Dr. Singer is working on. The patient is breathing pure oxygen. This white tube is an added feature. It is a vacuum that collects any residue that may, perchance, not be picked up by the suction that the assistant is using.
If you open your eyes during this procedure, you'll most likely see the dentist and dental nurse wearing a paper mask or no mask at all. What most dental personnel don't realise is that a paper mask offers minimal protection. Mercury vapour passes through the mask and microscopic particles adhere to the mask. The temperature of the breath vaporises the mercury in these particles and concentrates the mercury vapour inside the mask more highly than in the surrounding air.
As you can see, the doctor and assistant both wear masks to prevent breathing in any of the airborne particles from the silver mercury filling.
Traditional dental masks, like the ones you see here, traditional paper masks, actually concentrate mercury vapor. You'll have more mercury vapor inside the mask than outside. The traditional paper dental mask does not protect you from amalgam particles. So you have a grid here. The dental masks are made to filter these about 3 micron particles. And, excuse me, here we go. The average amalgam particle is about 2 microns, so totally useless. It goes right through the mask. And 65% of those are 1 micron, so totally useless to use these masks.
A single filling delivers micrograms of mercury, which in mercury terms is a lot.
Mercury is vaporizing.
And so when a dentist goes in to grind out an amalgam filling, he is creating tremendous quantities of mercury particulate, creating tremendous quantities of
Their dental drill runs at about 400,000 RPM, and it sends a shower of micron size and subparticles everywhere.
I've never seen levels of mercury this high.
When dentists go to dental school, they're taught that mixed dental amalgam is completely inert.
They taught us nothing about protecting the staff from the dangers of
You have mercury poisoning.
Is mercury toxic?
Two schools will be closed tomorrow after a custodian finds a small amount of mercury on the floor of a room at Hickman Mills High School.
Now, how much mercury are we talking about? Not very much. About the amount the size of the eraser on this pencil, but school officials explained to us it would only take the amount of mercury about the size of the sharpened end of this pencil to contaminate the entire building.